Welcome everyone to a drive in a very cool Morgan. I don't know if you could see the gauges from that angle, but I will promise you this is a very cool car with a nice dashboard. And we're going to get some gas. This is a 4.4 and it has a Kent 1600 engine in it, which is quite peppy. And I'm not super fond of the steering wheel, but we have a wooden original wheel that we're going to put on the car, so don't give up hope. I want to call out this driving position because you notice my arms are nicely outstretched, which is something you don't get in too many British cars, especially T-Series MGs, if you like that as an alternate cycle fender option. I don't think the driving position can hold a candle to this one. It also has a nice, the shift position is a little further forward, so quite pleasant for a little bit more outstretched arm. But it's the steering wheel position that I like the most. It really does give you a nice extended arms. It's a very natural and comfortable driving position. All right, some fuel. Gives us a chance to check the gas gauge as well. Who doesn't love a car that you could step into? I mean, come on. So the fuel gauge is working. We're up to full. I kind of like the position of the turn signal switch. On the Bugeyeys, they're much higher, so it's really quite refreshing to have it right at sort of fingertip reach. One would hope that makes it easier to remember to turn them off. Okay, go ahead. Racer X, yep. Everybody's in a hurry. The things that I noticed driving this car, the driving position that I mentioned earlier, is quite delightful. It's a very comfortable car for a sort of semi-bench seat car. It's actually quite pleasant to sit in this car, and the controls and the position of everything is just about right. I would say it feels like the shift lever is more of a reach for my body size, but if you have long arms, it's probably heavenly. The other thing about this car, though, is that it's so much more of a performance car than a lot of the other cars. If you've driven TR3s, people might be laughing. If you drive a modern BMW, you're laughing because the TR3 is not a reference point. But for my world of these classic cars, TR3s are quicker than Sprites and MGBs and lots of other British cars. Even big Heelys don't. While they may have more horsepower and they're 6 cylinders, a TR3 is more spirited. This car is more spirited as well. Particularly if you're used to a TD or a TF, even an MGA, these cars are more of a performance feeling car. And so you have this open air experience. It's more like a motorcycle than it is a car, in my opinion. I feel kind of like this is like owning a British motorcycle with 4 wheels. The other thing is that the ride quality, as much as this suspension is just prehistoric in terms of its design evolution, it never really evolved. I think they've been using this suspension design for like 100 years. It's a very nice ride, and it's well damped as well. We can't beat the minivan though. I don't want to cut in front of it. It's a very pleasant car to drive. It feels nice. It's a lot of fun to drive this car. And it's easy to drive. It's a car you wear, and it's easy to put it on and have fun with it. I love the fact that it's a performance car. It just doesn't quite catch the minivan. So, oh, everything's relative. I do think it's a very sexy shape, and it has sort of the perfect biplane coaming and a leather and fuzz hood strap. The bonnet strap is just delightful. And in today's world, where not only is every car changed into something that I can't figure out, but the world and the world events are just so crazy and haywire, it's really quite pleasant to drive this time machine, if you will, and to be able to drive it and have fun with it right from the start. So highly recommended if you're into this sort of thing that you check out a Morgan, and we have this one for sale at Bugeyeguys. Thank you for coming with me today.